What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm really excited to bring you guys an update on my palette project pan. In this project, I wanted to attempt to hit pan in 22 eyeshadow palettes in the year of 2022. Now, I know that I started off really fast in the beginning of the year, and I've kind of slowed down these last 2 to 3 months. I really have not been seeing a bit of progress. And what I will say is that I have definitely put in some work on these palettes, and I definitely have seen progress. To date, right now when I'm filming, I still have yet to see pan. That said, you will definitely see some improvement in the dents in these shadows, which I'm very happy about, extremely happy about. Also, last disclaimer, and then we really get into it. A lot of these palettes that I have currently didn't even have a huge dent, whereas at the beginning of the year I started off with products and palettes that had huge dents. So take that into consideration when you see the real slow progress that I have. It is a little discouraging for me as a panner, I guess, but at the end of the day, this is showing the true progress and the true amount of work and usage that you have to put into these eyeshadow palettes to really see some pan. So with that said, disclaimer aside, if you're interested in seeing the updates, let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so I did film this look. This would have been Wednesday's look. Check out down below in case you are interested. And we are just going to go in the order that they are currently in. And the first one that we're going to be talking about is the Marvelous Mauves palette from Dose of Colors. Now this is the palette, if we're being honest, is the one that I really targeted the most. It's been the one that I've been really focusing on for the last couple of months because I really did not think it would take so long, and I really thought I was going to get so much progress. You can see in the close-up I have such a dent in this. It is ridiculous, and honestly I am really surprised that I have not seen pan to date while I'm filming this part of the video. I am going to wait to do my b-roll until the day, Thursday, just to make sure you guys are getting the most up-to-date information. So in the event that I've hit pan on any of these, I will of course have it on the screen, and I will have it kind of showcasing so you guys can see it. But today I just have a huge dent in this. I have been using this mainly to create depth in my outer V, whether it is literally as the outer V shade or as a liner. So I am truly surprised that I haven't hit pan in this, but I'm not discouraged. I'm actually encouraged with how huge of a dent I have, and just seeing how much progress I have made and how much I'm truly enjoying the product. So kudos to me on that. Then we have the Jackie Aina ABH palette, and once again I am truly surprised at how little progress I am really seeing. There's truly a dent now, but I feel like this is a denser formula, as weird as that is to say. I just have never had such difficulty in such length of time that it's taken me to actually hit pan in an ABH shadow, but I am in this one. Now I used this shadow right here, and this is predominantly a shade that I would put in the inner corner. It is in my inner corner today, as is this in my outer V today. And it's just kind of astonishing, honestly, to me how long it's taking. Once again, not mad at it, just very intriguing. Next, we have another Dose of Colors palette, and this is their Sassy Siennas, and this one is over here. Once again, this is not a shadow that I actually use as an outer V typically, because I really just gravitate towards the mauve one more. But once that one is fully panned, I will go ahead and reach for this one in that manner. As of right now, this one has mainly been a crease shadow, and I've been enjoying it for that, but because I've been using it more as a crease, I've been having a bigger surface that I'm slowly wearing down, so it's been harder to really see some progress in this one. That said, I enjoy the shade. I've been getting more use out of some of these other shades in this particular palette when I do certain looks, and for that I'm really happy. So once again, not mad, not discouraged, but I would love to see some pan. I would. Like, I'm only human, right? Next we have the Viseart Dark Mattes palette, and I've been working on this mac and cheese-ish shade. Once again, this has been used with a fluffy brush to go into my crease, so it's going to be harder for me to really see some good amount of progress because I'm working with a larger surface area here. That said, I'm still loving this shade. I'm enjoying having this particular palette at close contact, close reach, because then I can reach for any of these shades in any look, and I have been doing that on occasion. And some of these more brownie tones can work as, like, honestly, one shadow looks or true transition shades for me if that's something that I want that day. So I actually am really enjoying this. Once again, I would love to see pan, but it's kind of hard to get pan in a palette like this. These Viseart palettes have a lot of product, so I know it's going to be a long haul product, but I would love to get closer to my goal. Next, we have the Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. Once again, this is one of those palettes that is going to take a lot of usage and a long time to really see some pan because there's so much product here, right? So this is the shadow that I'm aiming to hit pan in, and I truly put this in there as a companion shade for actually this last palette's shade. I knew that I probably wouldn't hit pan within the scope of this year, but I just knew this in conjunction with this last shadow is a beautiful kind of two shadow look, and I knew I would get a lot of use out of it. So I have been getting use out of this in the instances that I'm using the last shadow that I'm going to show you guys. But otherwise, I really haven't been getting any use, so there's not going to be a lot of progress here, and for that, I kind of knew that going in, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And then the last shadow is definitely one that I thought I was going to be able to weasel my way into getting some pan, but as of right now, I still don't have it, and this is Mushy Mushy from the Nomad Cosmetics Harajuku palette. This is a shade that gives off a very, very strong teal shift on my skin tone. Not a bad thing, just something to know, and it's a really, really beautiful formula. This is one of my favorite formulas from the brand, and why I've honestly kept this palette, because I enjoy the shades in this palette. It's not a love, but I enjoy. But this bottom row, that bottom row is really what saved this palette in my collection. So if I had to guess, once again, maybe double check to see the close-ups with this Harajuku and this Marvelous Mauves. I think these are going to be the two that I'm going to hit pan on the quickest and the soonest, and I really thought I was going to be able to do it before this last update, but I'm just like a hair away from it. So I can't wait to see the progress once again for next week. And once again, this is just a reminder to everybody, if you are a panner, if you're somebody who is just actively using your products, don't be discouraged if you don't see pan immediately or when you thought you would. It is a process, and it's step by step by step. So I'm excited to see when I can hit some pan, maybe get some new palettes in my rotation. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.